Hi, my name is Barry Manandi and you're listening to the ZiFM Sport podcast.
The hottest station in the nation. ZiFM Stereo.
It's Lionel Messi! He scored! The goal the world wanted!
It's time for the biggest sports stories.
It's Neymar trying to feed it through. It's a stretch and it's in! And I can't remember the last time I saw something like this. Extraordinary scenes!
The biggest interviews.
It's more difficult. Obviously, it's more difficult.
And all the analysis right here.
If they play poorly, they've come back, they've got all the excuses. You can't have it both ways.
Every weekday, it's my sport, it's your sport. It's ZiFM Sport. Let's join the team for the biggest show in the world of sport on ZiFM Stereo. My station, your station.
It's a very good evening. It is a Thursday evening here on ZiFM Sport, the short show. It's short yet big, short on length, big on detail. The team in the studio, Mike Madora, Sean Tafirenyika, and me, Barry Manandi.
The Home Front. Local sports news and analysis.
Okay, let's get the show on the road by keeping you up to date with what's happening locally, starting with cricket, where batsman Hamilton Masakadza returned from injury and is featuring for champions Mountaineers in a crucial Logan Cup tie against log leaders Eagles at Old Hararian Sports Club. The towering batsman missed the greater part of the country's premier domestic first-class competition owing to an ankle injury he picked up on national duty away in Bangladesh in November. In basketball news, Bulawayo Basketball League table toppers Mavericks will have a reality check on Saturday in their quest to maintain their unbeaten run when they face Giants at Kanyisile Sports Center in Bulawayo. Giants will be hoping to turn things around following their shock defeat by Highlanders. Giants have also bolstered their squad by snatching up two players, Mutokozi Singube and Nicholas Zita from Highlanders. However, Mavericks coach Admos Ndlovu said the additions by their opponents are not things to worry about as they are well prepared for the match. And we wrap it up with some football news out of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League, where Ngezi Platinum Stars are demanding nothing short of a league title from new coach Ero Akbai as preparations for the 2019 season gather momentum. Akbai took charge of his new team in their first pre-season friendly that finished in a 1-1 draw against Army side Black Rhinos at Motor Action Sports Club yesterday. The former Highlanders coach admitted that there was so much work to be done to build a championship winning team as demanded by the club executive in his contract.
International Sports News Roundup, where the world comes out to play.
In NBA news, the Golden State Warriors made 24 of 25 shots, bridging the second and third quarters, breaking open a close game en route to a 141-102 shellacking of the short-handed San Antonio Spurs. In Oakland, the Spurs elected to rest their top two scorers, LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan, in the second game of their 8-game rodeo trip, with the second half of a back-to-back looming tonight against the Trailblazers in Portland. In Premier League news, Manchester City's return to the Premier League summit is a lesson in never giving up, says Pep Guardiola, after his team's win at Everton. City were 10 points off leaders Liverpool on the 29th of December, but rested back top spot after late goals in either half from Aymeric Laporte, and Gabriel Jesus secured a 2-0 victory at Goodison Park last night, although Liverpool have a game in hand over their title rivals. In Spain, Copa del Rey news, Lucas Vázquez believes Real Madrid deserves more from their Clásico draw with Barcelona in the opening leg of the Copa del Rey semi-finals. Vázquez opened the scoring in Madrid's 1-1 draw away to bitter rivals and La Liga champions Barca at the Camp Nou last night. Madrid took the lead in the 6th minute when Vázquez flicked the ball beyond Marc-Andre ter Stegen, though Malcolm equalized in the second half to earn a draw for Barca. The semi-final tie is now evenly poised, heading to Santiago Bernabeu for the return fixture on the 27th of February, and Madrid forward Vázquez was not completely satisfied post-match.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Tembwe. You're listening to ZiFM Sports.
Being the Thursday edition of ZiFM Sport, we keep it short, sharp and sweet, but we endeavor to give you more meat. What am I talking about? We take a look at the pertinent issues, the topical issues that are coming out of the world of sport, and one that has been up for debate in social media and other circles over the last couple of weeks has been the move by the Zimbabwe Football Association, ZIFA, to do pre-sales for the pre-sales of tickets for the crucial AFCON qualifier between the Warriors and Congo Brazaville. That match, of course, will be played at the National Sports Stadium next month, in the month of March. And ZIFA are saying that they are pleased with the response they are getting from the tickets that they have put on sale so far online. 900 tickets were supposed to have been sold on the first day they went on sale. Now, having endured years in which chaos had blighted every game for the Warriors, with thousands of fans always finding themselves trapped outside the gates, ZIFA chose to adopt modern trends of selling tickets online in advance, e-ticket through their partners Click and Pay. Now, Barry, what are your initial thoughts on this move?
Good move. Absolutely good move, and I think look, it's the way to go. It's global best practice. It's they're always going to be teething problems. The fact that they've sold 900 tickets on the first day also shows them that it's the right way to go. Now, given that they've had such a barnstorming start to the sale of tickets, I expect that to peter down as we get closer to the game day because of the quantity that people have to part with in order to gain access to the
Are you expecting
stadium.
a full house, Barry? And before you answer that, maybe just to remind our listeners of the charges for that crucial AFCON qualifier between the Warriors and Congo Brazaville next month. If you want to sit in the VVIP section, that is, of course, the blue bucket seats at the National Sports Stadium, you'll have to part with $200. If you want to sit in bays 15 to 18, those, of course, are the 4 bays that are flanking the VIP section, you'll have to part from $50. This is up from $10 in the last qualifier, while the cheapest ticket for the rest of the ground will be sold for $10 on, of course, for the fans who want to watch this particular match. So we have seen mostly increments of 400% on average, Barry, for the ticket prices for this match, with, of course, the least increment being rest of the ground, which I think has just doubled from $5 to $10. And so you were talking, of course, about the numbers petering out in terms of the online sales as we approach match day. Do you think we're going to get, like I asked earlier, full house for this game?
Simple answer is no. We're not going to get a full house. I expect that the rest of the ground, which is outside of base 15 to 18 and VVIP, I think those are probably going to be 50% full, and perhaps that's what they've worked out and thought that they can be healthy at that level. And then I expect that base 15 to 18 to be all but empty. The VVIP will be full, largely with complimentary tickets.
Yeah.
I expect that.
And members of the media. Now, of course, ZIFA have celebrated the fact that there were 900 tickets that were bought on the first day of sales. And while it seems impressive, because there are those who will think that it's going to be maintained throughout the duration of the next 1.5 months, so that you're going to have similar numbers on a daily basis purchasing the tickets. But what we know is that it's not necessarily true. You tend to get the huge swell whenever anything kicks off. And so that 900, while it looks impressive, it's not exactly impressive, because in other markets we hear of the first day accounting for 20,000 tickets sold, for 30,000 tickets sold. You know, your Soweto Derby will sell out, 92,000 seater stadium, that is Soccer City or FNB Stadium, will sell out in 3 or 4 days. So it's slightly concerning, to be honest, if you look beyond the fact that we're giving them kudos for the innovation.
Yeah, it's you see, I think we need to assign this game and football in general to its right position in the overall planning metric of any individual. It features possibly in tier 3 of the decision-making matrix.
Give me the tiers.
The first tier, you're talking about your needs, okay? So that's bread, butter, milk. That's the things that you need to survive. Absolutely. And data, don't forget data. Okay, so that's your tier 1. Tier 2 are the things that you want, the things that you possibly love to have on a daily basis. This is where, for your Mike Madodas, it's your grapes, your peach,
what makes you think that?
Fruit, that sort of deal. Then comes football, which is almost tier 4 being your grudge purchases, okay, that you have to pay for. Football, given that it features in there, every price increase in the tiers above the footballing tier is going to affect the number of tickets that are sold. Now, that they've opened the selling season so early is great, but here's what's happening in the meantime. Bread prices are going up. Fuel prices have just gone up. So that makes people's decision-making almost made up for them, because they think to themselves...
So football is not a priority.
It's not a priority at all.
And it's not an investment that someone is willing to make now in terms of the pre-sale of tickets.
Yeah.
They're taking a look at that $10, that $50, or that $200 and saying, you know what, that could be better served if I throw it somewhere else. And then I'll start thinking about the footy the week that the game is actually going to be played.
100%. And so consequently, I think that these prices are going to they look, unless something dramatic shifts and we have some sort of currency reform announced by the finance minister or indeed the Reserve Bank governor, then this is likely to be a last-minute rush, and that rush also needs to be measured and tempered. I don't expect there to be a groundswell whereby we sell out of tickets.
This is ZiFM Sport on a Thursday. We are talking about ZIFA and the pre-match sale of tickets for that crucial AFCON qualifier between the Warriors and Congo Brazaville next month at the National Sports Stadium. Discussing with Barry Menandi here in the studio. And remember, you can follow Barry Menandi or myself, Mike Madoda, on Twitter, where we can continue this conversation even after the show is over. You can also follow the show itself at ZFM Sport on Twitter, as well as liking our Facebook page at ZFM Sport. Now, Barry, I want to touch on some of the administrative issues. The announcement that came, of course, with the exciting news that there were online ticket sales had this to say: the association will reveal that no tickets will be sold at the gates, while urging fans to come early, as the gates will be closed at 1:30 in the afternoon, which is 1.5 hours before kickoff. What are your thoughts on this? Because for me, it seems it almost defeats the whole idea of selling the tickets online and having pre-sales.
It's disconnected. It's disconnected because what ZIFA is trying to do, they're trying to train a certain behavior amongst the fans. But this behavior doesn't need to be trained if you're going to go with pre-sale. This behavior needs to be trained if you're going to sell tickets at the gate.
Yes.
Whereby you want people to get there early so you're able to manage your gates correctly and get everybody into the stadium. The minute you got pre-sales, you don't need to do this. You don't need to get people into the stadium early. Why? Because access is going to be easy and hopefully well ordered. And the stadium will be accessible.
And you can't legislate behavior.
No.
And once someone buys a ticket, and which is for a game that kicks off at 3 o'clock and is supposed to be ending at 5 o'clock, they're entitled to be in the stadium. They can pitch up anytime whatsoever. We see that internationally, Barry, where whether you're attending a match in South Africa or attending a match in England, Spain, Germany or Italy or the United States of America, if you have bought your ticket, you are entitled to show up 5 minutes before kickoff.
Or 5 minutes after it.
Or 5 minutes after it. Or 30 minutes after it.
Yeah, it's up to you.
It's up to you as to when you rock up.
I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but if they continue in this direction, this is going to serve to create chaos that needn't have been there.
Yes.
Because people are going to miss this 1:30 deadline. It's a given. It's just human behavior. Okay.
Can I suggest why?
Yeah.
It's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
For a start.
Yeah.
A lot of people are coming from church.
Yes.
A lot of churches we know usually wrap it up around lunchtime.
Yeah.
You are asking people basically and asking them to come from wherever they are coming from in less than 30 minutes just to make sure that they're at the National Sports Stadium. And I totally agree with you, because this seems to be the harbinger for chaos that is to come, because there are people who are going to say, I bought my ticket.
I want in.
I am here. They rock up. They find the gates closed at, let's say, 2 o'clock. And they're going to be like, no way. I should be in the stadium. This is a 4 hour before kickoff, and you have closed the gate on me.
Yeah, I'd like to pursue the thinking around this, because I think it's disconnected to this way and line of ticket sales. I think they've applied a rule that needed to have been applied to the great innovation that they've had.
Well, you take a tap into these circumstances.
The Daily Sports Trivia question is brought to you by ProFeeds. ProFeeds, your feed and farm professionals.
It's competition time. Like we always encourage you to do, send us a WhatsApp message with the hashtag ProFeedsTrivia, and you could be the one lucky listener we call back. You'll field 2 questions, and if you get both correct, you'll be our daily winner and in with a chance of winning our fabulous first prize of 2019, which is a Capri double door 290 litre fridge. And the first draw for this year will be on Friday, the 22nd of February.
And we've got Kelvin on the line. Kelvin, good evening to you, matey.
Hello.
Hello, Kelvin. How are you, mate?
I'm okay. How is it?
What team do you support, buddy?
Sorry?
What team do you support?
I'm an Arsenal fan.
You're an Arsenal fan. Okay, we're going to cut the phone right there. You can't participate in our competition. I'm playing. I'm joking. All right, you're on as our ProFeeds daily sports trivia participant. Are you ready for your 2 questions, sir?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Question number 1, as always, is a local question, and we would like you to name any 2, and there are 3, of the Masakadza brothers. Name any 2 of the Masakadza brothers.
2 of the Masakadza brothers?
Yes.
We have Wellington Masakadza.
Okay, that's a good start.
And Shingirai Masakadza.
Well done, and you didn't name Hamilton.
You didn't name Hamilton. That's
well
fantastic.
Done, mate. Fantastic, Kelvin.
I thought Hamilton would have been the easier of the brothers.
Yeah, we thought that Hamilton would be the first one you'd mention, but well done for that. And then the second one, okay, after that barnstorming start, let's see if you don't throw it away like Man City did the other day. Right, question number 2 is, who are the defending Copa del Rey champions? The Copa del Rey is the King's Cup in Spain. Who are the defending champions?
It should be Barcelona. I think they won it last year.
Yep.
Well done, Kelvin. Congratulations, mate. You're our daily winner, Kelvin. You are in for that draw on the 22nd of February. And if your name comes out of the hat, you're the winner and proud owner of a Capri double door 290 litre fridge. Thanks for playing, mate.
Okay, thank you, mate.
Thanks, eh?
Well, you take a tap in these circumstances.
The Daily Sports Trivia question was brought to you by ProFeeds. ProFeeds, the performance feed. Play of the day. Throwback Thursday.
We've been looking at the life of the late, great Robert Nesta Marley. And today, this track needs no introduction. It is Redemption Song. A fun fact about Bob Marley: he was also a very keen footballer and could have played club football himself. Redemption Song, which is written by Bob Marley, one of his iconic tracks. That's all we got for you today. We're back tomorrow for our weekend preview. May God richly bless you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Manandi, out.
Be sure to catch ZiFM Sport every weekday on ZiFM Stereo. My station, your station.